We've been in a weird void when it comes to mobile games lately. It's possible the bloom is off the rose when even cultural events like Pokemon Go ultimately prove to be a flash in the pan. At least that's what it turned out to be for me. A big, needy, pet abuse simulator flash in the pan. Plus, I actually have to go outside and interact with nature to get the most out of it? What is this, the Dark Ages? You gonna ask me to slaughter my firstborn son to prove my loyalty to Charmander? Because I fell for that one before, and fool me once, shame on you. Part of it, I think, has to do with the free-to-play model. It seemed ideal at first, particularly for people who aren't used to the idea of shelling out cash for a game they're going to play on the phone while they're pooping. Eventually, though, that led to enough microtransaction-fed nothingness games to fill Scrooge McDuck's vault. These games were almost always the same, with the same mechanics, the same rules, and variations on the same themes. It used to be that you'd find that game that fit your mold the easiest, and you stuck with it. I played the Jurassic Park mobile game for a little while, built up a happy little nest of Dilophosaurs. I quickly gave that one up for Warhammer 40k's Horus Heresy game, which was essentially the same damn thing with the Emperor's finest instead of Pleiseosaurs. And I'll probably leave that one behind the moment they find a proper way to create a game using a combination of characters from Aliens, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and SEC football, which, Christ, guys, it's so obvious. Just make it happen, please. Recently, however, I've been noticing more and more games out there in the App Store that are actually charging money for a finished product. It's really the damnedest thing. I'll never know where they got the idea from. My favorite recently has been Card Thief. At $2, Card Thief is hardly the most ridiculously priced premium game I've seen on the App Store. Looking at you, Final Fantasy IX. What the fuck? And even with such an innocuous price tag, I've yet to see any microtransaction opportunities. Although it is a single-player game, so that makes sense. I mean, what sort of single-player game would go out of their way to add microtransactions? That's stupid. Never mind. As the name suggests, Card Thief is a card game. You play a thieving magpie under the cover of darkness who makes its way through various castles and manors, avoiding guards and traps and stealing everything that isn't nailed to the fucking walls. It's a fairly simple game to get the hang of, and that really works for the stealth aspect of it. The majority of the gameplay centers around your stealth points, which you can spend as you remove guards, torches, and other obstacles from your path. You can regenerate these points by picking up stealth boosts, or even ending your turn by hiding in a barrel. As you progress, you've got to spend your points wisely, because if you're caught in the light without any stealth left, well... As you remove cards from the 9-panel board you play on, they're replaced by more until the deck runs out and you take the opportunity to escape. As you play, you unlock harder and harder manors with increasingly difficult pitfalls and enemies. By achieving various feats, you'll also unlock different tools and equipment that you can use to keep yourself hidden or take out a pesky torch from afar. At its core, Card Thief is a very rudimentary version of the PC classic Thief, with a card-playing format that's sort of perfect for mobile. One of my tests for a solid mobile game is adaptability. I should have just as much fun laying on the couch and playing for an hour or two as I do when I play a quick session in the bathroom or during a break at work. In this sense, Thief works far better for the latter. The concept of the gameplay don't really line up for several-hour sessions, but in short bursts, it's a lot of fun. And it has that added bonus of not harassing you every 5 fucking minutes to shell out $50 worth of gold or gems or dilithium crystals or whatever the fuck they're calling them these days. So for $2, it's a pretty easy decision. $2 is a gallon of gas in my neck of woods. So the way I see it, I could buy this game, or I could pay to drive to a location that is full of people who probably don't like me. Also snakes. There are probably snakes at that location as well. Except I like snakes. Shit. This metaphor is getting away from me. Card Thief, ladies and gentlemen.
If Daddy don't sneak a little drinky, Daddy gets sad and blue. Sneak a little drinky, sneakity-doo. Sneak a little drinky past you. Sneak a little drinky, sneakity-doo. Sneak a little drinky past you.